So we're
Okay.
recording
Good to go?
and we're ready to go.
All right. Welcome to the March 26th, 2026 meeting of the Business Affairs and Licensing Committee. My name is Ann Seligman and I am the Vice Chair of the committee. Tonight we are joined by Community Coordinator Brian Lafferty. The meeting is called to order at 6:34 p.m. As a reminder, New York State law requires that all committee members who are not able to attend the meeting in person have their committee cameras on and their first and last names displayed from the time the meeting is called to order until the time the meeting is adjourned. Members of the public who are attending virtually, you can raise any questions or comments through the Q&A feature of Zoom. Members of the public who are here in person, you can raise any questions that you have by raising your hand. If there is time following the committee's discussion, we will field questions from the public. Sarah Whittington, yay, has volunteered to take minutes tonight. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
I will just give a little shout out to those of us who have not done so recently.
I was gonna offer.
Gotta be quick, next month,
No,
put them on the
it's-
books for next month,
Oh, I'll do it. I was gonna offer.
okay? So now it's time to take the attendance. Brian Lafferty will conduct the roll call.
You could have just looked
Thanks,
right
Ed.
afterwards.
Committee members, I'll call your name. When your name is called, please say present. I'll announce if there is quorum. Paige Judge. Thank you. John Keller.
Present.
Thank you. Anton Mulner, be with us this evening. Will Perry. Will Perry is joining us. I don't see Will. Okay. Ann Sullivan,
Present.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
Present.
thank you. Kat Valero,
Present.
thank you. With 5 or 7 present, we have a quorum.
Can you hear me? Okay, so, the agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board office and is reflected on the screen in front of us. If there's no objection, we will adopt the agenda. Members of the committee, if you object to adopting the agenda, please raise your hand. Is that
No.
okay? I see no objections, so the agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. And the minutes from the February 6th, 2026 meeting are,
I submitted them
yes,
yesterday.
and I
I'm so
think, and I
sorry.
reviewed them, and I
They were
think
late.
they looked good. So they will be distributed, I think, at the next couple of days, probably, Brian, correct?
Yes, yeah. I wanted to give Anton a chance to look them over too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in order to conduct an efficient meeting, let's observe a few ground rules. We all know this. No one may speak until granted the floor. Committee members who are here in person, if you have a question about committee business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and I will identify you so you can speak. Committee members unable to attend in person, if you have a question about committee business, you may raise your hand through Zoom and I will identify you so you can speak. For all committee members, it is extremely important that only one person speak at a time, so members of the public watching at home can understand what is being said by each committee member. The chat function for committee members present via Zoom should not be used for committee business or questions about agenda topics. All such remarks should be made on the record by raising your hand through Zoom. Chat should only be used to alert us to technical difficulties that you are having or to state in writing information like an email address that was already stated aloud on the record during the meeting. So I have to say, I know we said we were gonna adopt the agenda as written, but we also have received a request to move number 14. The application and temporary retail permit for Buena Vista 34th Street to the top of the list. So that somebody can deal with the family emergency. Is that okay with everybody on the committee? Right, seeing no objection. I do see a representative here.
Good evening, everyone. Aurelia Tavares, I'm the representative for Buena Vista Bar and Buena Vista Restaurant and Bar on 212 East 38th Street in Manhattan. I'm here with the owners also on the call, Christian Nunez. Do you want me to continue forward, or do you want me to?
You said 212 East 38th Street, and that was
Yes.
my initial, I think it's actually on 34th Street, is that correct?
The location, hold on, did I get it wrong? Christian, I'm sorry, I could, I'm sorry, 212 East 34th Street, I'm sorry, guys. Yes,
There was
it's
a
212 East
typo.
34th Street. Yeah, it was a typo, correct. Sorry about that.
That's okay, please continue.
This is a restaurant operated by an experienced operator. His name is Christian Nunez. He has two other restaurants in the Hell's Kitchen. This restaurant proposes to operate Sunday through Thursday from 12 till 11 p.m. and on the weekends from 12 till 2 a.m. That would be Friday, Saturday, not Sunday. It's a Latin fusion menu. Buena Vista has been around for a while. In the other locations, we don't have patron dancing. It is 74, it has an occupancy of 74. There will be 66 seats and one bar. It's 29 tables. And that's pretty much it. I have the applicant here for any questions. I don't think you'll have any issues. We have DJ karaoke and live music. The live music being requested is non-amplified. It's just if there's a birthday party, if they want a two-piece mariachi for Cinco de Mayo, if they're, this is not a discotheque, because there's no patron dancing at all. None of his restaurants are of that nature. And these are fairly reasonable closing hours, 11 p.m. And only 2 a.m. for Friday and Saturday. Last call will start about for Friday and Saturday about 1:30, and we hope to have everybody out by 2 o'clock. And food will be served at all times.
Are there any members of the community?
I think that's just us.
Are
I'm
there
sorry,
any-
what you're hearing is the hospital, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
no worries. Are there any members of the committee that have questions or comments?
No.
Are there any members of the community that have questions or comments? Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Sorry, I know it's on my paper here somewhere. Brian, give me guidance here. I got too many
Yeah,
papers.
so we can adopt
Seeing
by
no
unanimous consent, yeah, so
Thank
seeing no
you.
objections. A motion of no objection
Yes.
has been adopted. So let me just pull up our
Resolution.
resolution. Sorry, 1 second.
Yes.
Figure out which. Okay, so that's not.
No, I know I brought this up at our last meeting, but we have significant more applicants
Yes.
tonight.
You do.
Could we, and I know Brian, this is probably more on your end, could we possibly roll up what we did several months ago, when we had more applicants of the same request?
Type, yeah.
To kind of bundle
To
them.
kind of bundle them.
So which ones are you thinking?
So the ones that are, think at the top, it's the, sorry, I'm looking at Airtable, not.
Can we let the applicant in? He says he's in your waiting room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
he's,
finish
in the-
this.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's
Or-
good.
No, we're here. Just let me promote him.
Okay, so I'll go.
So Mr. Nunez, if you would just accept the promotion to panelist. Or alternatively, I can enable you to speak. You're unmuted, so we can hear you if you'd like to speak. Now you're joining as a panelist.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, great. No, I just wanted to let you know I'm present in case you had any questions for me.
Thank you.
But I
Thank
think Aurelia said everything I would have had to say.
Yep, and I think we're good.
Yep.
Yes.
We're in consensus.
Thank you for coming and good luck.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, members of the board. Appreciate it.
Godspeed with
Thank
your
you.
sister.
Yeah, we're praying. Thank you. Really, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So speaking to Kat's point, I feel like 1, 3, and 4 have sort of similar, for me, similar issues in that they're all essentially grandfathering in like closed
Mhm.
closed in sidewalk cafes. They are all long-standing businesses, none of which have complaints. There are some issues if they were new applications that I might have. I found the schematics kind of difficult and the explanatory pages aren't all there. But I don't know, how does the committee feel about bundling those and discussing them as a group?
Great.
Is there a motion?
Yeah.
I am happy to do that. I passed by all 4 of these today.
Well, I'm
And
talking just 1,
1,
2,
2,
and 4.
And 4, yeah, I do not see.
Oh,
an
I'm
issue.
sorry,
Not
1,
language?
3, and
Yeah.
4,
Yes,
not the Murray Cafe, 1, 3, and 4. Language,
So it's, for names, Smith and Wolinski,
Walensky's,
Lenwich
Lenwich and Mimi's are
and
all
Mimi's.
fixtures there.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay. And do any members of the public have any comments or concerns? If you do, you can raise your hand. I don't see any raised hands.
Do we have representatives from,
Those 3. So the we start with Smith and Owens.
Ms. Rakoff, if you'd like to speak.
Yeah, we're, myself and Roger Morlock are here on behalf of Smith and Walensky, if anybody has any questions.
Yep, Roger here.
Not hearing any questions.
Great.
language?
And is anyone here from language?
Michael Kelly, representing Lenwich. It's been there 16 plus years, no changes. I think I did the original application.
And how about Mimi's?
Hi, Dominic Sanino here, proprietor. I don't know if my counsel is online, but I'm here.
Thank you.
All right,
You didn't have
I don't see any raised hands.
Do we have a motion of no objection for the
Approval.
three of these?
Yeah.
Motion to.
For these three, we're on,
Oh, sidewalk.
yeah,
okay.
sidewalk, yeah.
Yeah.
Approval. Thank you, Brian, for keeping me honest here.
It's a lot.
It seems so easy from that to.
Sometimes that, a lot.
Really, and Brian. Okay, so, then, the next application is, for a sidewalk cafe. For a 4-year license for Murray Hill Lex LLC, doing business at Murray Cafe at 165 Lexington Avenue, unit unit C42.
And just to note, for the three that we just talked about, they don't have to stay if they don't want to, right?
Oh,
So
no,
I don't know if they don't understand.
Yeah, I would just tell.
Just
Sure,
FYI.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyone
you.
who's, yeah, anyone who represents those establishments, you're welcome to leave, unless you wish to stay, in which case.
You are always welcome.
Yes.
This is a public meeting.
Yeah.
And Michael, you almost certainly have something else on the agenda tonight.
Mr. Kelly. All right, sorry.
Oh, no, please, keep me on.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, Mr. Samante. The proprietor of Murray Cafe is here. If anyone has any questions.
Any questions from the committee?
Not yet.
No? Did you have anything you want to say about the application?
Yeah, it's our first time applying for a sidewalk cafe, and we've been open since June last year,
Okay,
and we're serving
Any-
coffee.
great. Does anybody from the public have anything, any questions?
You can raise your hand if you have any questions or concerns. I don't see anyone's hand.
All right. Do I have a motion regarding this application?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved?
Second.
With no objection, right?
No, approval, period.
Motion to approve.
Unanimous approval.
Yeah.
Unanimous consent.
Making Sarah's life easier.
Yes.
So item number 5 is a dining out application for a sidewalk cafe for a 4-year license for Serafina at 300 East 50th Street, LLC, doing business at Serafina at 300 East 50th Street. I don't know whether to raise the issue that I had about sidewalk cafe.
Yeah, so it looks like when DRT sent this to us, they attached the sidewalk cafe recommendation form to the application, but it looks like it's actually a roadway cafe.
So,
And I see Mr. Del Casal is here from Serafina, so maybe he can.
yeah, can you just sort of clarify that? And I do see one raised hand, I'm not sure. whether
Yeah, that's Mr. Del Casal. If you could just, I'm sorry, I just muted you. I meant to unmute you. Sorry. We
Yes,
hear
can
you.
you hear?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Hi, good evening all. So I appeared several months ago for the Second Avenue Roadway Cafe, which back then I believe was approved. So in addition to that, we would also like to look at the opportunity on 50th Street off on the left here. So it would be a smaller structure And it would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 15 tables inside of the roadway. And then this one would be able to go up against the curb.
Right, because the bike lane is what stopped on the Second Avenue. Correct?
Right. Would you like me to update the info on Serafina? We're part of the Serafina restaurant group, of which we have about 14 locations throughout New York City. This will be called Serafina Mare, which would be a fish restaurant, very similar to like Abra or a Bill Bouquet or a Milos. So it would be more of a fish seafood menu. And we would be open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner, and it would be 11:30 to 10 p.m. daily.
Okay, and presumably you'll be applying for an alteration license to be able to serve alcohol outside as you did, as you are doing for the sidewalk cafe as well? Because you know that's a separate license.
So yes, we have a liquor license, which with Kevin Danoff and Associates, which is in the application is in. We applied for the temporary. We don't have the keys yet to the space, so we have a little time.
Yeah.
But we're
It's a
hoping
brand new building,
hoping by the end of the year to get open.
so, all right. Are there
Only
questions?
one question. I think on I could be wrong, but I think on this application, you put 10 to 11 and you just said 10:30 to, or something different.
I thought it was, unless I made a mistake, it was supposed to be 11 to 10, 11:30 more so till 10 p.m.
All right, I'm just going through it. Hold on, one second. I'm using my phone. It's very slow. Okay, yeah, because on the application you said 11:11, so just
Yeah, so yeah, I think 11 would be the latest, maybe on weekends, but we would never go beyond that. As most of you know, Serafina is a family restaurant, so we're not like into like, loud music. There's definitely no outdoor music. We're a family restaurant, and this is what we plan for this concept as well.
Okay, any other questions from the committee? Any questions from the community?
Or if you have any questions or concerns, you can raise your hand. I don't see any raised hands.
Do I hear a motion of approval?
Motion for approval.
second.
All right,
We're just tag teaming today.
I love it. And I hear no objection. The resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board on April 8th, 2026. Good luck.
Okay, thank you all. Okay.
Okay. So now we get to what is often a more contentious issue on our agenda, cannabis renewal application for the retail dispensary license for A Little Place to Relax LLC, doing business as Just a Little Higher, Murray Hill at 698 Second Ave. Do we have a representative here?
Yes. I'm here, Gregory Carnegie.
Welcome.
How y'all doing?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Trying to navigate through the beautiful world of New York cannabis.
Yes, you have my sympathy.
I need it. Believe you me, I need it.
when I looked at, it's a very bare, sort of basic, the renewal process is really simple. I literally just learned today, sitting in an OCM webinar, that you are supposed to have created a community impact plan.
The
that
CIP,
is
yeah, they just kind of informed us the last week and a half.
Yeah.
So we kind of been trying to scramble through it to kind of put different thoughts together with it.
Yes, and I feel like not everybody here on the committee even may be aware of this as a requirement. And originally I was gonna talk about it in the chair's report. But I don't know if you wanna speak to, just like one sentence is, with a renewal, and I think should be with a license application, applicants are required to present a plan to say how they are gonna help the community, how they're gonna reach out to the community to provide support, whether it's dealing with food insecurity, homelessness, whatever is relevant to a local, whatever, to their local community. And I don't know if you, again, we know this is new to all of you, but what do you think about, I take it you do not have a completed CIP?
No, not a completed one. We already do within our organization, we already do give backs, what we call give backs in the communities. We haven't done it in Murray Hill yet. If y'all have like connections or people that y'all could refer to us that we can do community-based things, we would love to hear it and work with them. As far as now, it's just mainly us, trying to make sure that we hire within whatever communities we're working in. And then we try to also during different we have different events where we try to do like things for the locals that walk past and things of that nature, but we don't have like a group specific that we work with. So if y'all can help with that, we'll be glad to work with them and try to get that going.
Well, literally as you were speaking, somebody handed me a flyer for,
They say, great, here you go.
so I'm not gonna really put you on the spot for this, but there's a community health fair at Bellevue, doing health screenings, health and wellness information, community resources, and, giveaways that's sponsored by basically all our local officials. Obviously, I would not expect you to do something tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I think on it, and some of the questions about this were what the community board, how we can create better partnerships, so our like dispensaries who have this requirement can connect better with the community board and connect with the organizations that do need your support. So I don't think any of us will hold this against you for not having it now, but
Mhm.
it is something I think we would like to see going forward when you
Yeah.
do complete your CIP, if you can send it to us. So
Okay.
we have it, kind of have it on record, and so we can say, hey, this is what they said they're gonna do, and this is what they did. So,
Okay.
um,
When you're finished, I just want to make
No.
a comment.
I,
Well, I would just like to say that I remember I was new to the board when you proposed, you came into that venue, and that's
Mhm.
my neighborhood. And I was very impressed with how you behaved and what was going on at that meeting. And I
Okay.
have, over the past, I think it's probably going over 2 years, but time flies, that your establishment has clouded windows, your security guard is inside, you have always maintained an appropriate face in the community. So in my opinion, you're getting the CIP in order is probably not going to be an issue. However, that building has been, the sign is there that, the building's for sale. Obviously, you don't
Yeah.
own it. I know the neighborhood,
Mhm.
who owns it, et cetera. But, obviously it's not selling, and I'm just saying, you obviously know the building's for sale, but,
Yeah, we keep talking to the landlord about that. They're not I'm trying to see a way to say it. It's not really a clear channel that they're giving us on how to move forward. We let them know also that having that in the window kind of deter people away from the location because people think that it's just a building being sold because of the way our sign is. That's something that I wanted to ask y'all about also. I think we really want to try to put maybe like one of the awnings that's there, that's at the diner or the cafe, something like that to probably just give us more, view. But in terms of the selling, we don't have a clue what's going on. They just really not giving us clear answers with that.
well, at least you're aware of it, and I think your signage is fine. I mean, it's seen from across the street and sideways. My opinion on that is that it probably doesn't matter, but,
Okay. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I remember this application from before, and we all
Mhm.
appreciate very much, how you dealt with us, and, I see no issues here at all, as far as I can see. You know, how have the neighbors received you? I'm curious. You've got the diner next door, and
Oh, no, we've been received great. We have great relationships with everybody. We do like the dog treats and everything. So, it's a big dog walk area. So now we do we do really well. And
but
we have
you don't,
great
you don't.
relationships with everybody.
You don't give the dogs gummies, though, right? No, thank you very much, because we have applicants, cannabis applicants that are not as, transparent and quiet as you've been, and we just really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Frankly, I feel like the fact that when I saw this application, it's like, wow, I'm not even aware of these guys. Like, they must be doing like a good job just being a good community member, so.
Yes, yes.
Are
Yeah,
there any,
it's all family and friends. So we really close with talking about what we want to do together and making sure that, we're all on the same page and everything.
Pat?
Well, the only other thing I would say, I'm a relatively new community board member, especially on this committee, and it's really warmed my heart that we have a great cannabis partner like yourself in our district. So I just want to applaud you for that. And just some more
Yeah.
ideas when the CPI came up, because I'm the one that actually passed along that community health fair information.
Okay.
So I'm on the
Uh-huh.
Health, Education, and Environment Committee here.
Mhm.
Our website, our office staff does a really great job at maintaining a lot of resources and updates that are happening within the district, and things that are kind of hot trending that might not directly impact your business, but maybe things you might want to be aware of. That our website and our newsletters are really informative. So if there's other things that you've been vacillating about, I would encourage you to maybe take a look and reach out to us if you need support.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that.
Are there any members of the community?
Members of the community, if you'd like to raise your hand to speak.
Does anyone want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Oh, shepherd. Okay. Any hearing no objections? The motion is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
luck.
and good luck.
Thank you so much, everyone. Y'all have a good day.
This one.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, our next item on the agenda is a corporate change for a wine, beer, and cider license Beyond Corp 3, doing business as, I assume this is pronounced Five Spice at 363 Third Avenue. Is there a representative here?
Hi, my name is Ellen. I'm from ABC License representing Beyond Full Corp 3. They actually have a full liquor license, not beer, wine, and just cider. Because on the agenda, it's showing that we only have beer and wine. We have a full liquor license. They've been operating for about almost 4 years. The manager will be taking over the establishment. There will be no change to the method of operation, the hours of operation, the food, the staff, everything will remain the same.
Okay. Brian, can you verify that?
Yeah, let me just pull up.
Because I think the app says.
We might have
one.
checked off the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have,
Uh,
they have another location which is Beyond Full Corp 2, and that location has beer and wine only.
It was selected on the app.
So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
send
the
the-
30-day notice.
So it's just a typo there. The other thing, actually, the other typo in there is there is no email address on our questionnaire.
Yeah, so we have phone numbers,
But not email address.
for the manager.
Okay, so we'll email you separately their email, the contact email address, as well as we'll amend the first page of the community board notice.
Terrific. And otherwise, to me, that seems pretty straightforward. You said it's that the manager is taking over the business.
Yes, they started the business together from the beginning, the second location as well as the third location. And so he's taking over both locations at the same time. The other one is committee board 2, and this one is in committee board 6.
Good. Love to see that continuity. Do we have any questions from members of the committee?
I just want to say I really love your establishment.
Thank you so much.
I remember when you opened on Third, I live around the corner, and you had several, it looked like family friend gatherings, but they were very welcoming. And so we're glad to have you in the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Right. And any other comments from the committee? Or from the community?
Members of the community, if you'd like to speak, you can raise your hand.
All right.
No raised hands.
I see a motion of no objection.
Motion and no objection.
There we go, second.
Wait, did I hear somebody?
Paige?
Paige, was that you?
Yes,
Oh, did you have an objection or?
no, I seconded it.
Oh, okay. Gotta be
Sorry.
good in this crowd.
We misheard you.
Okay, so hearing no objections, this resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board on, April 8th.
Thank you.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you so
No,
much.
okay.
It's good.
So, the next item is an alteration for a wine, beer and cider license for CLF1 LLC doing business as Chalet Frenchies Cafe at 882 First Avenue.
We can see.
Um,
Hello, we're here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Okay, we have an existing, we have an existing outdoor dining, which is like, it's sidewalk dining. It's 8 tables, 16 seats. And we have a beer wine license that we would love to be able to serve beer and wine outside. Beer, wine, cider.
Are there any questions from the committee?
We're open, we open at 8 AM and we close at 6:30.
Yeah.
It's not, and no noise, and it's a very quiet crowd. It's just an add-on to our business.
Yeah.
And so those, excuse me, those blue tables there are what we're talking about, that I
Yeah,
see it.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But actually, we've changed the chairs. That was what we had during, during COVID, post-COVID, we were approved for sidewalk dining, but we've changed it. The tables are the same, but we've changed. We have French bistro chairs that we've been using temporarily.
So essentially, you're just altering the license to add the outside space.
Exactly. We already, we were approved for the outside space and we're just altering it to be able to serve wine and beer outside because we have a license, but you're not allowed to unless, you apply for the change.
Trust me, we understand.
That is all.
Okay, any questions, committee? Do we hear a motion?
Raised hand.
Paige?
Second, Billy here.
We'll speak up.
Okay, item number
Thank you.
9 is, thank you, yes, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Okay, so the next item is a new application and temporary retail permit for an on-premises liquor license for 216 East LLC, doing business as TBD at 216 East 49th Street.
Right, that's us.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is James Wanderstock from Sherry and O'Neill. Our client is 216 East. They have an assumed name now. They will be known as the Seafire Grill 3. And I'm sure most of the board is aware of their existing restaurant at 160 East 48th, which has been operated for a little more than 10 years. So basically, they will run a quality seafood restaurant, very similar to what they have on East 48th. And they're actually in the process of renovating the entire building. It's very close to 3rd Ave on the south side of the street. So they will have 3 different levels. And they estimate about 300 seats. Everything will be indoors, no outdoor operation. And they expect to have a very enthusiastic patronage. They've also recently opened a place up in Yonkers, right on the Hudson River.
Is that Seafire too?
It is, that's the 2. So they're sticking with success. I'm here to entertain any questions.
Any questions from the committee?
Just gonna say, you got a great neighborhood. Barolo East is next door. Smith Walensky's across the street. There you go.
So I do have one question, about accessibility, given that you're on 3 stories.
Yeah.
Presumably the first floor and also our restrooms, accessible?
Yes, I'm sure they will be. They'll have more than sufficient. Yeah.
Are there any questions from the community?
If you have any questions or comments, if you could please raise your hand.
Just one, are those residential apartments above?
No.
Oh, so you said a whole.
You have the whole
facility.
building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm gonna say motion to approve.
Did we ask comment from the public?
We did.
We
did.
Yeah, I don't see any raised hands.
Actually, I'm trying to think like what's there now?
That's what I was.
That was,
It was
that was
Chinese
Boulette?
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's a
one
section.
Cantonese.
Yeah,
culture.
Oh. Oh, I'm thinking the block farther west.
But that wasn't on 3 floors though.
No, it was not.
Okay. So what was above it?
I think it might have been just storage.
Office.
It might be.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Not relevant.
memory.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
School of the John Sullivan, the corner.
No.
60.
No,
Okay.
that's why John Oster, it's not that unusual, actually. Surprising.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Good luck.
The old days with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay, item number 10 is a new application and temporary retail permit for an on-premises liquor license for Teftoon NYC Location 1 LLC doing business as Teftoon at 388 Third Avenue.
I see, Amir Sayagi.
Sayagi, yes, I'm here.
Sorry if I mispronounced that. Thanks for joining
Oh,
us.
no, of course, thank you for having me. So yes, this is a second gen location. The previous owner had a full license, was operating as a full service restaurant with a full bar. He relocated and I basically took over the space. We are going to have a full service casual Persian dining, obviously with a full bar. This is going to be a really heavy focused on food aspect of obviously operation, heavily focused on takeout, on delivery, on food part of it. Very small seating section, about 45 to 48. The design is not fully finalized, but we anticipate anywhere from 45 to 48 seats total, including the bar seats inside the building. So it should be a pretty straightforward, operation. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. No live music, no dancing, no private events. It's a full service restaurant basically.
Okay, are there any questions from the committee?
I apologize. Is it the space next to the Turkish kitchen?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right.
Beach.
The Turkish kitchen has closed,
It
has
has.
it not?
It has.
Yeah,
I used to go.
I know, I used to too,
It
yeah.
did. It did.
Yeah.
Must just
It's more recent, yeah.
Yeah.
Within,
That's literally in walking distance.
oh, yeah.
I'm always.
So is this going to be like, what is the upscale Persian restaurant on the Upper East Side? Is it Serafita?
No,
No.
There is Ravok and there's Persepolis in Upper East Side, both Persian. This is not as upscale as those type. Like I said, we are actually more heavily focused on takeout and deliveries. But yeah, I mean it's very similar. We're gonna bake fresh bread daily. It's gonna be very heavy focused on again fresh quality, freshly baked throughout the day. More approachable for kind of younger crowd, if you will. It's lower price points, more approachable kind of dining experience, not as expensive as kind of like those finer dining that you referenced.
great.
Great food.
Our neighborhood needs more of that, so. Yeah, any other questions from the committee? From the community?
If you have any comments or questions, you can raise your hand.
All right. Looks fine to me.
Motion of approval or no objection?
No objection.
No
Motion
objection.
of no objection. And good luck.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, good luck. So
Thank
here
you.
are no objections, the resolution is adopted by unanimous consent. Okay, the next one, item number 11, new application and temporary retail permit for an on-premises liquor license for Scandinavian Market LLC, doing business as Another Story D&D at 979 Third Avenue, 14th floor. Do we have a representative?
Yes, Michael Kelly.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you? So we're a restaurant located on the 14th floor of an office commercial building. We're expecting most of our
Thank you for that.
Make you froze.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
OAM.
What?
Yeah, you froze,
Pause for a moment.
I'm sorry.
We couldn't hear you for a moment, but we can hear you now.
I saw you froze, or I froze. So we're expecting most of our daytime business from workers in the building. It was previously licensed by Upper Story. Our hours are 7 AM to 12 AM. We're mainly going to be closing by 6, but in case we have a private event, we would stay open a little later. There's 21 tables, 174 seats inside. 8 tables, 16 seats on the veranda. The veranda will close by 10 if there's an event. We have a bar with no seats and background music. That's basically it.
So I was having a little bit of trouble getting a sense of this place from the application. Do you see it as primarily a sort of event space? Or you alluded to kind of people working in the building coming up to get lunch or whatever, like what?
Yeah, so it's probably 2 phases, if you want to call it that. There's going to be breakfast in the morning, there'll be lunch and dinner if people want to come in at those hours. We're expecting 20, 30 events a year, mainly corporate events, people in the building, or, people in the offices holding events there. That we're looking at the same thing that was done before. We're assuming it's gonna happen again.
Okay. John?
Yeah, you mentioned a veranda and I'm trying to envision it. Where is the,
Can't really see it in
it's
the,
up there, okay.
but yeah.
Yeah.
And what hours would that be open?
Till 10, and it'd only be open if there's an event going on. And we have 8 tables, 16 seats out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the others.
Yeah.
We've had other situations, as you're probably aware, where there's a lot of dispute over the outdoor space, but this doesn't look like that.
Yeah, and just to follow up on that, would there be music outside?
No. And there'll only be background music inside. So when we're having events, there's no dancing, there's no bands, there's no DJs, nothing like that.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, it's in the design building. Yeah, it's on the 14th floor. I mean, I went there today and
Oh,
it's
okay.
quiet and,
Oh.
the view is gorgeous and how you get to that outside space, I'm not sure, but that's gonna be, as he said, for the employees, but I would think the clients that go there for
Nice.
their design would also want to go there, so.
My only question, we haven't heard from the community yet, which I want to give them an opportunity. But I don't see any
Yeah.
hands raised. My only question to the committee is if we would want to have a stipulation about not having any outside music. They close at 10 anyway, so I would, as long, again, as our resos are always written, if we're saying they are, coherent with the stipulations, or with the representations, which include closing at 10, I don't know that we need anything past that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea, but the design building itself, when does that close? I mean, that's.
Well, they're saying that the outside space wouldn't be serving past 10 o'clock, so.
Right.
So even if they did have music outside, if it's. I don't see no problem. I'm just raising this as a question for the committee.
We would stipulate to no music outside.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
no music outside, okay.
Then do I hear a motion of no objection?
Motion of no objection.
Second.
All right. So, thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Have a nice night, everybody.
Thank you. You got
Thank
anything
you.
else on the agenda here
That's
tonight?
it. That's it.
Have a nice,
See you
have a good
soon.
weekend.
You-
Okay, our next item is a new application and temporary retail permit for wine, beer, and cider license for Dorado's Tacos Chamber LLC, doing business as Dorado Tacos and Quesadillas at 138 East 34th Street. We have a representative here. The owner requested a waiver of appearance in advance, which we agreed was fine. So don't, I mean, especially because we do have a representative, so I'm just saying to everybody, don't hold a lack of appearance by the owner against them. Do you wanna say anything?
I'm happy to answer questions.
Oh.
There's no bar, it's an early close or it's a taco, fast casual taco restaurant. So
Which gets great reviews, I haven't tried it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comments from the committee? Comments from the community?
If you have any comments or questions, you can raise your hand.
Motion, no objection.
Second,
Thank you very much.
thank you for coming.
Smooth night.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming. Yeah, I know. Hey, don't even jinx it. Like, there is.
But so
Holy moly.
I'm not gonna blame me.
I will totally blame you. So, speaking of which, actually, the next one, number 13, speaking of being superstitious, is a new application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Host 367 LLC, doing business as TBD at 367 Third Avenue. Do we have a representative? All right.
So we go there.
Yeah. You have a lot of
Hi.
space.
I believe Kurt Hugel's online.
I am.
I see Kurt there. And so is Rob Doyle. Can I distribute paper? Or, yeah? I brought that, so if you're interested, I'll share.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. You. Brian. Thanks.
I have to say, just speaking as an environmentalist, I applaud the double siding, but we do get everything electronically.
I bring them just in case, only because some of the community boards really insist on it, and then
I understand.
I agree. If we had an across the board policy in all the boards.
I wish we did, but, and I know that not all board offices are as great as ours is. Like, by a lot.
That's true. So may I? Yes, all right. So my name is Mike Davis, I'm an attorney. I'm here on behalf of Host 367, which is one of 14 host restaurant entities. I have with me Ronan Carter and Paul McDade. These gentlemen are what I would describe as the directors of operations for the New York City locations. Connor Duffin, who could not be here this evening, will be the day-to-day operator. He'll also have an ownership stake. He is presently managing Avenida, which, if anyone knows, is over by Penn Station, and they have outdoor space, and today is just bananas, so he had to stay. You also have Kurt Hugel online, and
Rob's there.
Rob Doyle, who's here. And Kurt is sort of the patriarch of Host Restaurants. It was his baby, starting 35 years ago. I think with Campagnolas, but maybe that's not right. There was another, that wasn't the first store, but anyway, they are hoping to take over the handcraft space. And that space is currently licensed to a full OP. It has a 4 AM license. We did submit a PowerPoint with some additional information, including a menu. Our client will implement some fairly substantial sound attenuation measures which don't exist presently. They're gonna drop the ceiling. They're going to put 2 layers of quiet rock, which will be filled above with sound deadening foam. They are going to install sound dampening panels behind artwork and under tables. And they're going to install a wall-mounted dispersed radio system so that they can sort of have a network of low volume, speakers rather than sort of a few large ones. They have done significant outreach. They have met with, or talked to at least, the co-op president, the super of the building. We did submit a number of petitions, which I think you all have. I think there are 18 of them from within the building, but then, well, so the building actually sets back. And so the last couple of pages are 200 East 27th Street, and that is the address of the residential units that sort of set back off of the handcraft space. So I think it's technically the same tax and the same parcel, but it has two separate addresses. So those last couple of pages of signatures are from the building. All right. You know, they're sophisticated operators. They have been operating for a very long time. They have done so without incident in New York City, operating late night spaces, in most of their locations. The food will be an elevated menu. I think that's certainly, been the case in all of the other locations, and that's what they will do here also. So Ronan and Paul can answer questions. I can answer questions, as can Kurt. So if we can fill you in, please.
Kat, do you have a
Yeah.
question? No, you just look like you.
I'm very familiar with that space. I actually moved in the same year Handcraft came through, so very, very familiar with the building. I also know somebody who used to live in the building. You're taking extenuating measures to reduce the sound, and because we've had other applications, not even going to go into the details of one that was very controversial in the last year, about sound sensitivity. So I appreciate you kind of going at length to take those measures seriously, and the petitioning, I think, is also very helpful. The only concern, and I think we mentioned this before the meeting began, just because we had the agenda in advance, for your misfortune, it's not an unfortunate thing in the community, but there is a school care facility that's on that block that wasn't there when Handcraft originally began their tenure. So I'm not sure what the legalities or the footage or whatever, but have you spoken to them?
Like this week, yeah, they actually shared with us a little package that they're very nice, actually. They're young staff. They shared with us a package where they do watch parties for movie nights for the kids, where the adults they'll leave the kids at the school, and then the adults will come to like one of the establishments in the neighborhood and have food and drinks or whatever. So they shared that with me, gave me all their contacts, in the hope that we would partner with them on some of those things for the adults. So yeah, it should be something really nice. It's a good relationship. They're literally right next door, so that was a nice meeting we had this week.
Yeah.
And it was just impromptu as well, because we were meeting with the super of the building, who was very, very friendly and facilitated meeting all the people in the building, and obviously the people next door. We got chatting, and obviously that's probably something that's going to be very beneficial for us as a business, and them as a school to, partner with the local businesses and share something nice for the adults of the children in the school,
Yeah. No, I had no doubt. You guys were thorough. You even put community impact pieces to the questionnaire, which I really appreciated. So yeah, that's great. You already have a plan in place.
I can address your concern that the 200-foot law is not triggered by this location.
We have a discussion later on the agenda, so I was just I wasn't sure.
I'll trigger a 200-foot rule analysis.
How come?
Well, because it didn't exist when the existing license.
Oh, okay, that's
So,
what
Even if, and it's a preschool, which doesn't trigger the 200-foot law anyway, but even if it were, let's say, if the whole building were used as a high school, you would still be able to license the space because it would be grandfathered. Because the existing license is still active.
Is it a private preschool or a public preschool?
I believe it's private.
It's private.
Yeah.
I see you have a hand raised, yeah. I'm going to allow, Ms. Femiega, to speak. If you'd like to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, I'm actually a resident of 200 East 27th Street, which is Victoria Building where Handcraft was placed. I have fresh nightmare memories from Handcraft. Handcraft was licensed to play loud music till 2 a.m. And it goes very deep into the structure of 200 East 27, which is a residential building. The walls are very thin. I essentially can hear everything, you know, what's happening outside of my front door. I happen to live on the second floor of that building, and I voiced, along with my neighbors, many concerns to the sponsor, to the board, to the community. I interfaced with Brendan and to police officers. Probably 30 plus complaints, noise complaints. It wasn't, you know, not only music, but the booming sound, sort of like a low frequency, resonating sound because of the structure of the building is very sensitive to noise. This place is, this is family building. You know, all of us are working normal jobs. We get up. I don't think it's proper to have, you know, loud music, live music, and especially not till 2 a.m. In the residential building. I've never heard of it. Like any other restaurant on the block closes at 10. You know, there's a lot of bars. This place was always, they even put a DJ in there. It was just unbelievable. So I like to object to this plan.
Thank you for your comments.
Can I speak to that? So, and this isn't any reflection on the business or my comment on the business that went before, but when we walked into the space, it has probably 15 to 16 foot high ceilings. Where there was, obviously it's really nice to walk into a store where there's big high ceilings and whatever, but there was little or no effort made to soundproof what was above them. Everything, I mean, even the ductwork is exposed, everything is exposed all the way, 16 foot basically to the floor. While that's a charming way to enter a store, what we're looking to do is something a lot more kind of closed in, intimate. And much, exactly. Our intention is to drop the ceilings quite significantly to probably more about the height we're looking at here, maybe 9 to 10 feet. That will create a huge cavity, which allows us, one, like Michael said, to double rock the initial layer. And then there's obviously a big air pocket, which again deadens sound. And then above that, a layer of soundproofing and foaming. So like immediately walking in, we're trying to remedy that situation, not just for the building and to not be a hindrance to anybody who lives above, but also because it kind of fits what we're trying to do in the space by closing it in and make it more intimate. So like our immediate, obviously, intention is to come in there and not disrupt anybody and be a good neighbor. It just so happens to fit what we're trying to do also, you know? So that's,
but
they made it easy there with the high ceilings, you know?
Yes, but at the same time, the previous owner said the same thing, and never did anything. And, you know, the noise is so sensitive that I can hear kids from the kids club. So imagine, you know, dealing with the music. Like, I don't think this place should be open past 10 p.m. You know, it's at the heart of the residential building. People live here, kids live here, families live here. We have to get up and go to work. Like, I don't want to stay up till 2.
Martha, are you the apartment directly above the space?
So, the space is deceiving because the storefront is relatively small, but then it goes really, really deep into the building. So when I bought my apartment, I didn't realize that the bar is beneath because I'm essentially in the middle of the building.
So that's your question, right? It was-
Yeah, 'cause they're-
So Marta, like, I think the question is, because you're deep in the building, are you actually, is your apartment directly above this location?
Yes, so this bar had, or the previous owner turned the back bar into what he called speakeasy, which he concealed the space deep into the bar, and he had a full-blown wild parties there till 2 a.m. And that's the noise that I've been hearing. Restaurant, yes, but this is not the bar place for the neighborhood. It's a residential building.
One of the things we're proposing to do in the space is move the kitchen from the middle of the store to the back of our footprint, all the way into the very back, which will move the operating space much closer to the street, to Third Avenue. I'm not sure whether in the middle of our space or whether you are in the back. Are you one of the units that has the backyards?
Yes, I'm at the very end of
So
the space.
we were up on the roof looking at the AC units and stuff, and I saw those, but yeah, so currently, you're right, there is a bar all the way in the back of the space and a couple of toilets. Where that bar is currently and where those toilets are is where we're proposing to move the kitchen to, and then our operating space to support the front of the house. You guys actually have
The diagram.
a diagram.
Last page.
Yeah, I can show you where the kitchen is currently if you want, and then obviously where we propose to put it in the back of the space.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that you spoke to people here in the building. My super, which I'm very good friends with, never mentioned you. He didn't even remember the name of the restaurant, and nobody came by to discuss it with the residents like myself.
We had someone in the lobby for all day. Yeah, all day for one Saturday. So we certainly did make an effort to.
Although I have to say, I do see a lot of signatures from 217, because I originally looked at it and it was like, there are none from this address. But then when you said 217, I went through it, it's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch from there.
200 East.
It's 227.
I'm sorry, 227, yeah. And there's a lot of signatures from there.
Yeah, we reached out to the co-op president, they've been in touch with them and the super, so.
So, trying to sort of cut this Gordian knot, I know you're asking for a 4 a.m. close.
No, please.
I'm
I
sorry.
beg you.
Please, just at least let me finish. For a long time, this committee had, and the board had, a policy of when people first got an SL license, that the first year, it would be a 2 a.m. closing. And then if there were no complaints, that could be extended to 4 a.m. How would you guys feel about that?
Could I propose something that's sort of a hybrid? I think for these gentlemen, and Ronan or Paul will correct me if I'm wrong, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights are really the nights that they're gonna operate latest. And, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday nights are the nights that the residents would expect it to be quietest anyway. So, one compromise that might be viable is closing earlier on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, if they could have the later hours.
What is earlier?
Or we can do 1 o'clock, so
Yeah.
the Tuesday.
How about Wednesday?
Or 2 o'clock on a Wednesday and then you know, for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just so Martha's clear, I know she's on mute there, but like our intention, like if you look at a lot of our establishments, we serve like a lot of food in our establishments, like it's not like a party bar, like the idea of coming to Murray Hill is to service the people that are like 25 and over rather than the 21-year-old college kids. That's not what we do, like, and not what we
Yeah,
want
you
to do.
do have a roof right there, so.
Right, but I mean, they're happy.
If I can just speak to something there as well. Most of our establishments on Thursday, Friday and Saturday have a 23 and over policy rather than a 21 and over policy. Just to kind of deter from the college bar vibe and try and create that little bit more elevated crowd and you know, people who are kind of looking for a little something. I don't know if the word civilized.
Yes, civilized.
You gotta be careful what you say, but you know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I have
do.
20-year-old kids, I understand what you're talking about. Let me ask a question here, you guys, you host operates other restaurants in the city, do you
Yeah.
operate any in this neighborhood? Or probably, you know, anywhere in
No,
the
East
city?
Village, Upper East Side, Soho.
And then
You see where we're coming from here, I mean, you know, before COVID, I've been on this committee for 10 years, and before COVID, we said we'd do a firm line at 4, we would not do 4 for a new license.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that you've got successful licenses in the city, you know, mitigates some of that. But a new owner coming in who was trying to open at 4, we just always said, do it to 2 and come back. But now, after COVID, we loosened that, and where we are is, we really, as you can see, hopefully from earlier, we bend over backwards to try to be pro-business and, you know, we're not, but when neighbors express a concern, we just want you guys to know that if there's a problem, we're not gonna be really happy about that, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So-
If I could speak to that, John.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So these gentlemen operate in Community Board 2, and in Community Board 3.
Okay.
And probably 8, right?
And in CB4, and in CB8.
Okay.
But CB2 and CB3 are two of the
Tough.
most vigilant community boards in the city. And, you know, these gentlemen are coming in with a proactive soundproofing plan because they know that if they don't do that, they are going, you know, they're gonna pay for it later. And they don't wanna build the space out, put the finishing touches on, and then have to pull the ceiling and the walls apart to put in soundproofing. And
We don't wanna be back here.
They don't.
We don't wanna be in trouble.
They don't
wanna be back there.
you know, they take it seriously and they've survived unscathed in some of the most vigilant community boards downtown that, you know, I know it's not your district, John. So
No, but it works for me, I mean, I
understand.
hear you, I mean, as I said, we're trying to.
We appreciate that.
And Michael, if I can just say one thing, we also, you know, have businesses in New York City that are longstanding. Like we have 2 businesses at One Penn Plaza that are both north of 20 years in existence. Campagnola is in year 46 right now. So we're not talking about a bunch of young guys that are coming in to try and open a bar. This is a company that's operated numerous long-standing businesses in the city of New York without issue. You know, as I said, you know, Campagnola is going into year 46. This is, you know, I think that we need to look at this a little different than what had been there before, or even some of what has been in the neighborhood.
Or what might come through if we don't, you know, if we don't take the space, they can't move forward here, it doesn't work. You know, you'll have another operator here who may or may not take it as seriously. And
Yeah.
I only say that because.
Correct.
You've got a group here they are a substantial, robust group that have, you know, they're really invested in the city, in a major way. And,
Like our business model works off like, you know, we push food heavily, but it's a higher labor cost, like to have quality food and that, and then it helps offset when we're able to sell, you know, liquor late night, like that's how it balances out.
So, but that difference between 2 and 4 is important to you.
It's not that it's
It's
just that
valuable,
yeah.
it's valuable to support the business, to support the higher cost of labor for the stuff that we do between the earlier hours. Because we spend
You
more
give
money
them
on the
less
staff,
chef.
we spend more money on the chef, we spend more money on the hour, we intend for the most part to do the majority of our business in those hours, but we do it at a more costly rate. And we know that if we can keep a more elevated crowd that wants to have, you know, some martinis or cocktails or whatever
Yeah.
later at night served to the table, that we know we can make some money back on that and help with that cost. And that's kind of the incentive behind that. The other incentive for coming to the neighborhood is that there's enough competition for these like beer bars and vodka bars
Yeah.
and shots and college bars. There's enough of that here. But what there isn't is a whole pile of a little bit more elevated concept that would speak to, you know, a little bit more elevated audience that is definitely here. I mean, there's people that live in this neighborhood for 20, 30 years that are older, so.
They come to Cafe One Meets Village Park.
So,
I've been living on East 26 in this location for over 10 years, between my mid-20s and now I'm in my 30s. So I can speak to the concerns that we're raising. I would like the option to have the place that is open late enough that is for exactly the demographic that you're talking about, because they exist. And it is kind of frustrating to be surrounded, and no shade to Tara Rose, but that's the other one that comes to mind. That when you were describing what Handcraft used to be, the high ceilings, there's a DJ booth, and they've had different attrition of management over the years, and there's no shame. There's Irish guys there that own it. I love it. But you know, if memory serves, we've had other applicants that have had tenure and franchises with good history. I think I would add one more element, since you mentioned the 23 or over after a certain time. We asked about maybe changing hours for certain days. I would also want to ask if you would be open to proactively surveying within the first year the constituents that live in that unit specifically, because clearly it's highly residential. They
So
have their
what
own
do- what do you-
concerns.
what do you mean?
We talked about the 2 AM to 4 AM thing, to satisfy that without implicating your operating hours. I'm asking, as an element of surprise, of you surveying again, like you did with the petition, to see if there's any disruptions and try to mediate that.
My
as
survey
yourself.
would be
Post-op.
looking for a
Post-opening, yeah.
So yes, what.
Kind of like your own community impact plan.
You know,
She's
these
using
gentlemen.
survey to mean surveying.
Surveying,
Surveying.
gathering
Need to
feedback.
stay in touch with this Paula President after you get a-
Because it's
Yeah.
clear that
Yeah.
they missed some petition, but that could satisfy
have
an
someone
issue.
who can
Yeah.
contact Directly. Right, and then they also want you to go out
Right,
proactively
yeah.
and treat.
Yeah.
Cover
Well,
mediation.
so we can share, I mean, with the whole building, the direct contact of the person who's going to be in
Wow.
charge of the operate.
It's on the questionnaire, right? So-
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, obviously the whole building.
There's a reason we asked for it.
And there's not that one person gonna be there 7 nights a week, but whoever the three managers are gonna be will be shared with the whole building. The super will have theirs and ours and whoever's information. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, sounds like you're our target market, by the way.
Our goal is to be part of the
Answer the right
community.
Thanks. Next week?
I think you're hearing that they're happy to stay in touch with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we don't want to leave and then for them, people to complain to you about us, because then that's not what.
Doesn't do any of us any good.
No.
Sarah?
I'm satisfied.
Yeah, I think so too. The
Yeah.
fact that you're going to have the soundproofing.
Yeah, that
And all
proactive
these
stuff,
different
things.
And I'm
So-
joining Kat when she's there. 'cause,
Perfect.
Hey.
Yes. Right.
Paige, did you wanna say anything?
Well, I consider being in favor of this, since they are working their hardest to appease the community. It's not where they're not, but the only thing that I would like to see is that the 2 o'clock for the year. I really do feel that a year, just to show the public that they can behave themselves and no objections.
So I feel like, given the concerns that you guys have about, and I understand the economics of the 2 to 4. Maybe the compromise is kind of 1 o'clock. You said 1 o'clock for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe and Wednesday, and then 4 o'clock Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Is that something?
Could we squeeze 2 AM on the Wednesday?
Yeah, 2 AM on Wednesday.
So 1 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 2 Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4.
Yeah.
I think that
be-
that works perfect for our model.
And then we're happy to be connected with Marta and.
Yeah.
Like,
And then the
so
survey-
I'm not sure if you know the space, there's above, half above the space is just, it's nothing like it's.
And Kat will keep you on.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine. So is after the meeting.
Yeah.
Both Paul and Roman will circulate their details.
Yeah.
Directly, not, you have Connor Duffin's details there, but I think it would be helpful if Paul and Roman also provided information that you could share with Marta also, so that she could be in touch directly with them, should anything come up. And I also noticed that Connor's email is, I want to give you a company email, not a personal email.
Yeah.
So we'll update that as well.
And then, and the super and the people in the building, there'll be a posted phone number that they, as well as.
They'll actually post more than just one number. They'll post the management
Yeah.
team's numbers, so that in the event that.
We can
Connor's
give
not
the
there-
schedule of who's working on what nights, so they know who to call on any given night. Straightforward, simple stuff, yeah.
Brian, does that all make sense to you, since you're the one?
Taking minutes.
Okay. Do we have, I see, Marta, you still have your,
It's good for a chance to speak again.
that gave your last word?
I think he has to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah, if you, I'm pressing. If you could just unmute.
Yes, yeah. I do strongly feel that a nightclub doesn't belong in the residential building. Other restaurants and establishments in the neighborhood or other co-op buildings like ours have restaurants that are closing at 10. And keep music down. That's, to me, is respectful. And the fact that I'm gonna be deprived of resting during the weekend after the hard work during the week, and tolerating the noise till 1, it's not a consolation. I'm just, I don't want to project on this business, but I have such a bad experience with the previous owners, and to me it doesn't make sense to have a nightclub in the residential building.
2 things there, we're not a nightclub and we're also not the previous tenant.
But
And
thank
it's
you
not
for your
proposed as a nightclub.
Yeah. Thank you very much. If there are no further comments, I think we're,
I make a motion of no objection with the stipulations that we discussed,
second.
including the survey and the.
Come here.
the time, the hour changes. And the, especially the soundproofing, the proactive.
Yes.
Soundproofing is the most important thing.
Be short sighted.
It's in our interest to have.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Get it right.
Take care.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
See you guys, have a good one.
Thank you.
See? Did
That's
you
my fault,
totally
right?
changed it?
I changed it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have the member of the community speaking against?
Yes, so I have, whereas one member of the
And-
community had comments
Then
against.
we had the letter.
I
assume that was that.
Yeah, there was no signature on that letter.
I was gonna ask.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Talk to somebody.
Yeah, no, they did, I just,
It wasn't too good.
Okay.
But it's the same, so just to recap, so the applicant will engage with the community for the next,
Would be gathering feedback for via surveying residents within the building.
Like 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, within the first year.
I'd say for 6 months.
Sure, I mean, we could be
Yeah,
more
'cause it
specific.
shouldn't be
I
like this
said within the
first
first
week,
year
right?
when they were here, so I didn't stipulate.
6 months to a year.
specifics.
So
But I'm
where's the,
sure
app-
they would
Yeah, whatever
comply.
you said.
I'm sure they would comply.
yes,
And then I think they said they would also post contact, management personnel contact information
right,
for any urgent or emergent needs.
Yeah, I think in the past, we've said an invisible space, place, phone,
Yeah.
and we specify phone numbers.
And I think they also said, I'm sorry, Brian, I keep adding more, but I think I put them in my personal notes. They would also send a letter or communicate to the super of the building,
Super, I think is.
right? To inform them of their plan. Do we also have to put the change hours? I wrote that down too.
so I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday from 10 AM to 1 AM, Wednesday from 10 AM to 2 AM, Thursday, Fridays, Saturday from 10 AM to 4 AM.
Yeah. That's my understanding.
So whereas the applicant will take measures to proactively soundproof the space. Whereas the applicant will gather feedback through surveying residents in the building and in the community. Over the next 6 months, or over the first 6 months of operation,
Hmm.
is that what we agreed on?
Within,
Is it the first 6 months? I think
Whatever you said.
I said within the first year.
Yeah.
Within the first,
Because that was to support historically what we had been doing with the
Yeah.
a 2 AM first year rule.
Yeah.
or
I mean, I
within the
just feel
first-
like if they do it 2 weeks in, like, that's not super meaningful, but it is what we said.
Yeah.
So it's what we.
My thinking is when I say within the first year, there's gonna be too much going on within the 2 weeks of opening a
Right.
business.
What
I
I'm
don't
saying
think
is
they'll
we-
be, but
So that's why I
that's
was
fair.
sort of thinking
That's fair.
like, but I think we should say within the first year.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what we said. So,
And I'm sure they would be willing to do more if we
yeah,
asked.
if we need it,
Mhm.
if we do get complaints.
They seem compliant.
Yes, they seem very proactive and it does make a difference, right?
Yeah.
That, you know.
I think we did our job.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
the other clause I have is whereas the applicant agreed to post contact information for a manager in a conspicuous place visible to the public. Is that?
To
Do I wanna say
residents of,
for residents of 200 East,
um,
200 East 27? That's the class address. They said it wrong.
200 East 27th.
200 East
27th
27th Street.
Cause you know what? The super doesn't wanna get a call or a text in the middle of the night to get the phone number either. But they must have. Like in their mailroom or whatever, they
Yeah.
must have
A place to
a
put that,
board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although my building does not. And I'm trying to get one posted.
Cool.
And then, so whereas the applicant will provide contact information for a manager to the super,
Yes. Should be
to the super of 200 East 27th.
200 is 27th, yeah.
I'm just acknowledging we do have a few other applicants waiting patient.
Trust me.
So-
So
No,
these-
I know. I'm just naming it.
So these 4 whereas clauses are good in the hours. Okay. Great,
Thank you, Brian.
you're welcome.
All right. John, I totally blame that on you. Okay, but I think if Brian is ready, we can move to number 15.
Yep.
Which is a new application and temporary retail permit for wine, beer, and cider license for Sichuan Hunan Pork Inc. Doing business as none indicated at 1049 Second Ave. Is there a representative? I
It
see
looks
somebody
like,
with a
yeah,
hand
somebody's
raised.
trying to.
Yes, James Wang.
Hi, James.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, so that one is they do have license since 2012. The license expired in 2025. The new owner take over the business. They will keep everything keep same method of the operating and just the background music only. So we are here. So if you have any question, yeah, we are glad to answer. Also, my client is online. Sichuan Hunan. I think they spell wrong. Sichuan Hunan Park Inc. Not Park Inc.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
okay.
oh.
Part, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so, we were kind of curious because we noticed that it said, the application said that there had been a license previously, but we kind of didn't see that license, so. And there's not a restaurant, the restaurant, when I Googled the address, the name that came up was Grand Sichuan.
Yeah, this is the old one.
Okay, is that the same, is it the same ownership? Is it the same company?
Different ownership. So I just said the pre-owner hold the license from the 2012. So the license expired 2025. So the new owner take over. Right now they want to apply. So they changed the corporation name. The principal was changed too.
Okay, so is this the same, was it the same Grand Sichuan that's in Rego Park?
Oh no, before you're right. Before the Rego Park and for the Chinatown and for here and even for Uptown, yes, they have maybe more than 10 restaurants. Later on, they separate for each one. The Rego Park one is still there, but they don't have license right now. Okay, I'm representative for the 10 place. Yes.
No, I just wondered because I literally ate at the Grand Sichuan in Rego Park on Sunday. And it was so, delicious. So I wondered if it was the same. I was hoping it was. So, but I'll try this.
Different owner, yes, yeah.
I'll try this one too. Hopefully it will be as delicious.
I got the menu today.
Oh, terrific. Great. So,
Yeah.
I did wonder, we were missing, a manager phone number in the.
Okay, let me ask her.
You have that?
Let me ask her. Hello? 李小姐 Hello?
It's a good restaurant.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's nice inside.
Hello?
你只要电话号码，把电话号码给他。
Okay, 718-536-9789.
Okay, could you say that again, please? 798?
再说一遍。
718-536-9789.
Okay.
I think it's 718, guys.
Yeah.
798 or 718?
It's one.
798.
Oh, nice.
718.
One, it's one.
Yeah,
Sure.
that makes more sense. Yeah.
I appreciate
All
it.
right, great. That was, the only questions I
Not ready.
had.
Not ready yet.
Yeah.
No, it's not you. Yeah.
Do other
This is a
people?
wonderful, wonderful restaurant. It has always been. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have the version of that menu in my apartment, so it's sort of.
Yeah.
And I think I recognize the woman's voice who was just speaking as the person who answers the phone.
Yeah. So are there any, other questions from the committee? From the community?
If you have any questions, you can raise your hand.
Okay, seeing none. Do I hear a motion?
No
No
objection.
objection?
No objection.
Second.
Did you hear that second?
Yes, second.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved. And now I have lost. The chair hears no objection. The resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board on April 8th, 2026.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening for everyone.
You too.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So number 16 is a new application and temporary retail permit for an on-premises liquor license for HBSG LLC, doing business as the Station Cafe at 245 East 34th Street, 623 Second Avenue. I guess it's on the corner.
It's a corner, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of vibe of this, but it kind of seems like a daytime place, like the hours are, it's a coffee place. Any questions from is there a representative?
Yes.
Mhm. Whoop, sorry, I think you just muted yourself. What?
Go ahead.
We still are not able to hear you, but it says you're unmuted. If you'd like, you can enter something into the chat for the Q&A.
No?
I think he's typing.
Yeah. Well, maybe while we're waiting for technicalities, I can ask if any community or committee members have any questions.
I don't see any.
See nothing, anything from any community members?
No, I think it's a new establishment relatively for coffee and,
Yeah,
you know, there's plenty of space around it's a corner. You're in Second and 34th Street.
my,
A couple of chairs and, you know, bistro chairs outside, but,
my only issue was that there was not an email address in the questionnaire. So if you wanna put if you're hearing us, if you wanna put that in the chat.
Although I have Mr. Google's.
Right.
Email.
If you can just add that, that's
Yeah,
fine.
so that's, yeah.
All right.
There is an email, he said, in chat.
Cool.
Yeah, I have your email address already, so we're okay.
Okay,
No need to-
so do we have a motion?
A motion with no objection.
Second.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you very much and thank you for your patience. Do I hear any objections to that motion? I can get a little punchy. Keep my apple. All right.
Being there's no,
Do I need to say something else?
being that there's no.
Didn't I just say that? Seeing no objection, the resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board on April 8th. No idea. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you do, actually. Okay, our item number 17, thank you very much, you are good to go. Whether you.
Thank you.
I hope you are hearing us.
Bobby.
Yes, I say thank you.
Okay, great. Item number 17 is expanding access to roadway and sidewalk cafes. These bills are not scheduled. Anton is not here. So I would strongly suggest that we hold off on these until Anton is back and, you know, we can lay it over till next month. It's not super timely. Number 18, however, is one that was kind of laid over from last month. This issue, itself was not exactly, but it is there, I don't know if you guys have been following this, but there was, the Tipsy Turtle came before us last month. And we gave them approval, but it is because of, there was a gap, like it's the location that kind of normally would have been grandfathered, but there was a gap, so it wasn't. So the workaround for that, which we have supported in the past, somewhat contentiously, was to support the legislation to allow that to be grandfathered. And so this assembly, and I think there's a matching Senate bill, is to sort of have a workaround for that. Given that we approved the application last month, frankly, I feel like it would be hypocritical for us to not support the legislation. But that doesn't mean other people can't have other opinions, so bring them on.
No, I agree with that. I mean, if we approved it.
Well,
Sarah?
yeah, I was going to say, you know, I didn't realize, I didn't get a chance to look at last month's meeting, but this is reminiscent of Fumo.
Yes,
up on,
it's exactly
up
the
on
same.
Third Avenue and 29th Street, like last year.
Same
where
exact issue.
Owners went to Christina Gonzalez without coming to us, and, you know, there was the issue with regard to the church.
Right.
Down, you know, on the same block, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you can do any, you know, if you approved it, I mean, and it's coming out of Alex Boris's office, so hey, what are you gonna do? I don't think much. And indeed, if this is a statute, then, you know, I think we approved the last one on the Bella Union being grandfathered.
Right.
And so this one could, you know, Fumo was,
seems
but
very
same
parallel.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. I went by there today, the place is closed because of water damage. So.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
tried to find what the school is, and I think it's it said it was a, elementary school.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Kat, did you?
No, because I did the minutes last month. We had referenced it last month because we had already approved it months prior. And I think Anton had just made a note during the meeting last month. Of the 200-foot
Yeah.
rule in preparation for anything that would come across, which it surely has. I don't have any objection. I wasn't aware, so I'm learning that there were other case scenarios, but that's helpful in cases
Yeah.
that really are reoccurring.
It could certainly happen
Yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little, you know, I keep some really good notes, but I thought I remembered Tipsy Turtle, but I couldn't find my notes of Tipsy Turtle
Can't
from a
forget
while
that.
back. But,
It's a great-
I've noticed on website, there's no search key.
Well, on Airtable there is
And,
though.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
but-
resolutions.
You go to the
search.
resolution Airtable,
But,
yeah.
you know, to easily get to the Airtable is somewhat.
No, you go to resolutions and
Yeah.
we were talking about this a little bit before about things that, and I'll talk about this a little bit more in the vice chair's report. But let's finish up about possible
Yeah.
ways to improve. But I think we can have, I don't know what this would be, because it's a little bit different, but a motion in support of this. I don't know if it would be support or no objection for this legislation and the corresponding Senate bill.
Yeah, in the past situation with Fumo, the committee passed a reso in support of the legislation. but obviously you're more than welcome.
No, I think that's the parallel,
Yeah.
situation.
But yeah, Gypsy Turtle has been before the board a couple of times, both for full liquor license initially, then they found out that there was a church. So then they applied for the wine, beer and cider, which is what was before the board
Right.
last month, which the board also supported, so now they're petitioning
Yeah.
they petitioned their elected officials to introduce this
So,
exception.
yeah, so, I think that's our motion. If, Brian, do you need any, like, if you can use FUMO as a template for that, that kind of seems right for me.
Yes, certainly.
So I will, John says he's in support. Are there, any other, any comments, any objections?
Yeah, and also another thing to mention is that, just like with FUMO, the church doesn't have an objection. So,
Great.
that's analogous as well.
I don't know if we're already past this point, just point of clarification. Are we creating a reso in support like we've done before? Is that what I'm hearing? And
As opposed to no objection?
I guess.
So this is,
Yeah.
I don't know how well you can see it, but, this was the resolution that the committee and full board voted on.
Okay.
In support of similar legislation.
Which would exempt the restaurant for, yes, it's kind of, it's nice having this. Would you like to see it?
Okay.
Despite the cataracts.
So we can model it off of that.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Yeah.
I volunteer if you need help. Drafting it.
Thank you.
I negated it last time.
Okay, so, hearing no objections, I will assume that resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board, although Paige, are you saying something? Oh, okay, you popped, so I wasn't sure. The next item is also, just one that I think makes sense to leave for, when Anton is back, and I would say when we have a shorter agenda, but that may never be. So, but it's the drafting of a handbook, which I think we actually have a good basis for. Although I have to confess, I added a bunch of stuff to it today.
Okay.
Or not a bunch of stuff, but some stuff, which I will, if it's appropriate, move on to vice chair's report. So the only thing really that's timely is that, I attended this OCM, the, meeting today that I was hoping would be a little bit more expansive than it was. What it was specifically about was community impact plans. That webinar will be available, if they did record it, and it will be available. They said they will send a link to that. So Jesus, Brian, you said Jesus was on that.
Yes,
So
yeah.
he should get that, and that can be shared with anybody if you wanna see it. It was kind of interesting. We've heard some of it about, we should talk about like what the needs of the community are and specific groups. There are some really detailed questions that, and apparently it doesn't really matter what you say as long as you tick the boxes. This is what I hear. I got separately, and this is what I added to what I had shared with all of you previously, the kind of questions. that about like what specific community needs are you meeting? What are the metrics you're gonna use? What is the time frame? What is the budget? They're very specific questions, and I will share those with everybody. Currently, they are only, it's, again, as with everything with OCM, it is not clear, but it seems like they are only enforcing it for license renewals, where I don't know why it's not applying to all applications. And again, a question that I put in the chat that was not answered. We can request the CIP, it is not automatically given to us. I believe that when we get other materials, we should, I know it puts another burden on you, but that we should automatically, the board office should automatically ask for it. There was also a resource guide that it's mostly, this is statewide, remember? So, and I didn't kind of get the link for that, but it's more aimed for licensees or license applicants who are looking to learn about the location where they are applying and what are places where they can help. And there may be things that our community board website can be improved to provide those, which could also be better resources for our community members. Like having a list of food pantries, like I looked at about for homeless now. And what we have there is like, not if you are an unhoused person, but if you want to report somebody that needs help, and basically we say call 311. And so like, again, I feel bad, like I'm adding more to your already heavy workload, but that may be something that we can improve as a community board. The last thing I said is they did give a email address for other questions, which I will make extensive use of, and again, can share with people. There are also 2 trainings coming up, or trainings. One on April 22nd at, in both of these are in Brooklyn. The one is on the April 22nd is, I believe, 6 to 9 p.m. That's a listening session. So far, I don't see a lot of, I hear listening, I don't hear hearing. But I plan to attend that. And then on April 30th at the Brooklyn, it's 1 to 3, I think, at the main branch of the Brooklyn Public Library. It's a beautiful building. Right by Prospect Park, Brooklyn Museum, it's great. But Mar Fitzgerald from the Manhattan CB2 is doing a kind of training session for how to evaluate cannabis licenses. And as I mentioned to a couple of people, she knows more about OCM than OCM does. And about the laws. She's super smart. I plan to attend that as well. So again, I will.
Is that gonna be on YouTube? Are they gonna have that?
I think it's only in person. I don't know if she's recording it or not.
Yeah, maybe she could be more candid if it's only in person.
That she's pretty candid regardless. But so those were the only other things I mentioned, although something actually it came up in the thing today was to ask kind of how business is going when we have cannabis renewals. Ask them how business
Yeah,
is
we
going.
did that with the guy.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. And in fact, I heard that the Flintstone in Brooklyn closed.
Really?
But it got taken over by another licensee. So, I know the one up here, I never, every time I walk by, it's empty. Yeah. So anyway, that's my vice chair report. Does anybody else have anything else they wanna? Share?
Who runs the cannabis meetings? Who is running them?
This was somebody who actually is from the, like, the community impact group. And the questions she got, because everybody was like, I just want to know about the process. Because this was mostly for community board members, that everybody who spoke up was from a community board. Although I think it was a statewide meeting, and she was not familiar with most of she did not have the answers to those questions. So. Anybody else?
Sorry, I prolonged the meeting by.
No, I know, but it could have happened anyway. Any other comments, questions? Or a motion to adjourn? Do we need a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
We need a motion, but we don't need a second.
All right.
It's like learning English.
Hey, next time, I won't be doing this again anytime soon, but.
My goodness.
Thank you.
And I think we handled, are we done?
We are adjourned.
Oh, no,
Bye, Paige.
Bye, Paige.